about the famous storyteller Aesop. He was a Greek slave who lived in 600 BC. He was a slave. Aesop did not in fact write the fables he told. He has not written any fables. He was only a slave, but he has told many stories. They have been orally passed on. They have been orally passed on. Means many people share these stories from generation to generation. That is how we know the stories now. They still live in the minds of people because certain stories, since it has got a moral in it, it lives in the heart of the people. So now, here there is one piece of fable. Let's listen. A fable is a traditional short story that teaches a moral, especially one with animals as characters. We know by now the fables are short small stories. Was on a voyage with two companions. A rich voyager, that means a person who really want to know the world, visit the world, touch the world. What did he do? From Athens, a rich voyager from Athens was on a voyage with two companions. They were on their journey with two companions. In the course of their voyage, as they were moving on, a violent storm blew up. A violent storm, that means they were in the sea and there came a violent storm. The heavy breeze blew up and capsized the ship. Capsized the ship means the ship was in danger. The companions tried to swim ashore. Companions tried their level best to reach up to the shore. But this rich voyager, what did he do? Kept calling on Athena, the goddess of Athens, and promised her lavish offering if he escaped. Listen here. Both of his companions tried their level best to reach the seashore, but here this foolish voyager, a rich voyager, what did he do? He is asking and praying the goddess of Athens and promising that he will give that and this. See, when we have the exams or we have to attend some competition and all, we will go and pray and we will say, see, I will burn the candles and I will put 10 rupees. Kindly give me the success and may I win in this program, all those things. Same way here, the rich voyager kept calling on Athena. He has got a great belief in that goddess of Athens and promised her lavish offerings if he escaped. That means if he is escaping from this great storm, violent storm, then he will give the offerings that he has promised. One of his shipwrecked companions, means the person who was really in that danger, he says, as he swam past, that means he was swimming past to reach the seashore, and shouted him and said loudly, don't leave it all to Athena, don't leave it all to your goddess, use your arms as well, use your hand and try, swim and reach back. This is what the person who was with him, with this shipwrecked companion, speaking to this rich voyager. So this is the story here. What message does the fable convey? From this, we are understanding that there is a moral in all the Aesop fables.
Let's now listen some stories and its morals.
Hi friends, I am Bhavya Perubak studying in class 7 at St.Teresa CGHSS Ernakulam. Do you like stories? Yes, we are allowed to hear stories. Do you know what is Aesop fables? Yes, Aesop fables are short moral stories. I am here to say a story. Do you want to know the character? I will give you a clue. The first character is the king of the jungle. I think so, you got it. Yes, lion. So I am going to say the story, The Fox and the Lion. Let's hear the story. Story, Fox and the Lion. A fox saw the lion for the very first time.
Oh, a big beast. It is. I am scared. Oh, ooh. Here, such a small creature. Ooh. Huh? Again the beast? Yes, I will hide anywhere. Oh, I will hide there. There is anything right there? Oh, nothing. Let's sleep. Oh, the beast is still there. Why should I be scared to go to the lion? Let's go. Hello, Mr. Lion. Hello. Let's be friends. Okay.
The moral of the story: familiarity breeds contempt. Is the story interesting? Thank you. Hi everyone, myself is Nisa Fatima from 7th C. Today I would like to tell a story named The Father and His Intelligent Son. Once upon a time, there lived a father and his son together. They were very rich. Whatever his son demanded, the father would get for him without any hit. The father wanted that his son should value everything he had and should respect everyone, irrespective of caste, religion, and color. One day, the father decided to take his beloved son on a trip. He took his son on the trip to a beautiful village. He wanted to show him how poor someone can be. They spent the time on the village of a poor family. The boy treated them very nicely. His father was very surprised at his behavior. On their return from the trip, the father asked his son, "How was the trip, son?" "It was great, Dad," the son replied. "What did you learn from our trip?" the father asked. The son answered, "We have one dog, but they have 4. We have a pool at our home, but they have a huge river. We buy the foods for ourselves, and they grow the food." The son continued, "We have lots of lights at our home, but they have the beautiful stars and the moon. We have walls to protect us, but they have the front. All of us have television to spend our time, but they have family to spend their quality times. We have loads of money with us, but they have God with them." The boy's father was speechless while his son was talking and realized that his son had noticed so well. Then his son added, "Thank you, Dad, for showing me how poor we are." The moral of the story is, it's not about money that makes us rich. It's simplicity, love, compassion, friendship, values, family, and our relationship to God that makes our lives rich.
Hi friends! Today I, Mary Amanda De Silva, is here with a beautiful Aesop fable, The Fox and the Goat. Aesop fables are short stories that teaches us a moral lesson. Aesop is a Greek storyteller. In these stories, the main characters are animals. Come, let's listen and enjoy the story.
The Fox and the Goat. One day, a fox approached a well. While drinking water, the fox did not realize that he was sleeping. Soon, he found himself in the well. Although he tried to get out of the well, he did not succeed. Just then, a goat came up to the well. Seeing the fox, he asked, "How is the water, my friend? Is it clean and cool to drink?" When the fox saw the goat, he hurriedly thought of a plan. He put on a very satisfied smile and said, "The water is really cool. You must come down and see for yourself." The goat, without thinking, jumped into the well. When the goat jumped into the well, the fox said, "My friend, there is no way to get out of this well." First, you help me out of the well, and then I will pull you out. The goat agreed. He helped, and the fox was out of the well in a jiffy. The fox started to run away from the well. The goat called out, "My friend, you have broken your promise." The fox said, "If you had some brains in that big head of yours, you would first seen the way out and then leapt into the well." Saying this, the fox left the goat in the well and ran off. Look before you leap.
From this story, we get the moral: think twice or thrice before doing something. So in short, we can say that look before you leap. Thank you and have a nice day.
Hello everybody, I'm Alina Teresa Martin here to tell you a brilliant tale of a lion and the 3 bulls. I know all of you love stories. Now pay good attention. Long, long ago, there lived a fierce old lion in a huge forest. This lion, being old, could not chase and hunt animals from the forest. So he used to go to the nearby meadow and hide behind the bushes. He would pounce on the cattle which would come to graze there and fill his tummy. One day he saw 3 huge bulls in the meadow. The lion felt so greedy as he watched the fleshy fat bulls. But oh no, he could not attack them. If he pounced on the one, other would not spare them. The lion came the next day too, but again he was disappointed. Now he had a wicked idea. Somehow he should separate them, only then his wish would come true. He very calmly sat beside the bushes and invited the attention of the bulls. "Hey, Master Bulls, why don't you always stay together?" he asked. "Haven't you seen us lions? We move single, just like kings. Why don't you stay aloof? That is how you can become great." The foolish bulls took his words for wisdom. They went apart. Now it was Lion's choice. He slowly followed the first one and finished him. When he was done, he sought for the second and then the third. Mission was accomplished. Poor bulls, they did not know that unity was their strength. So friends, remember, together we stand, divided we fall. Always stay together. Thank you.
Hi friends, I'm Gayatri. I'm 7th standard student studying in St.Teresa CGHSS school in Ernakulam. Today, I'm going to retell a story. The story's name is Mercury and the Workman. Did you hear it anyone? Yes, some of you heard the story, but some of them forgot. But don't worry, I will retell the story for you. Once again, I am telling the story's name, Mercury and the Workman. It was a beautiful village filled with so many animals, birds, insects, humans, etc. There were so many poor peoples lived in that village. Inside of that, a woodcutter also was there. One day, the woodcutter went to cut a tree in the banks of a river. He started to cut the tree. Fastly, his axe gone into the river. What he can do? He is having only one axe, and he's not having money to buy another axe. He sat on the banks of river and started to weep. Fastly and surprisingly, a Mercury comes from the river. First, that woodcutter was scared. Don't scare. I will not do anything. Why are you weeping? The Mercury asked. I am a woodcutter and my axe gone into that river. I have only one axe and I have no money to buy another. Who are you for asking this? He said. Leave it, who am I? The Mercury said. And the Mercury
take a dive into the river. The Mercury come up with a golden axe, and she showed it to the woodcutter and asked, "Is it your axe?" The woodcutter replied, "No, it's not my axe." The Mercury put that golden axe in the banks of river, and she take a dive into the river again. The Mercury come up with a silver axe, and she showed it to the woodcutter and asked, "Is it your axe?" The woodcutter replied, "No, it is not my axe. Mine is an ordinary axe." Mercury put that silver axe in the banks of river and take again a dive into the river and bring an ordinary axe, and she showed it to the woodcutter and asked, "Is it your axe?" The woodcutter replied, "Yes, it is my axe. Thank you so much. I like your honesty. Because of that, this golden and silver axe is for you," the Mercury said. The woodcutter takes all the axes in her hand, went home happily. Fastly, this news was spread everywhere in the village. This news was heard by a rich woodcutter, and this rich woodcutter was very greedy, and he take his axe and gone to the river, and he hide his axe somewhere and started to weeping. Fastly, the Mercury come up from the river and asked him, "What happened? Why are you weeping?" "I lost my axe in the river. What I can do?" he said. And the Mercury take a dive into the river and bring a golden axe, and she asked to him, "Is it your axe?" "Yes, it is my axe," the greedy woodcutter said. But the Mercury got that he is lying. The Mercury take that golden axe and give a beat in the head of that greedy woodcutter. The greedy woodcutter didn't stand there at least for 1 second. He ran with his life. From the story, what did you understand? Yes, honesty is the best policy. In this story, in some parts, they are cutting some trees. In your real life, you don't cut any trees. If you cut any tree, at least put place 10 trees. Thank you.